Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I've got some great news for people like me.
Okay.
If you're hard of hearing, having some hearing loss, Pornhub is going to help you out. They've just announced that
Did you have to say hard of hearing when you're talking about Pornhub?
Sorry about that, buddy. Yeah, they're going to help you out, buddy. Pornhub says they are going to add closed captioning to more than 1,000 of the most popular videos on their site. Yes!
I'm not hard of hearing. I guess
Pardon me? Yeah.
Of hearing, but I absolutely will use this feature.
Yeah.
I would love to see how they close caption those scenes. Do they use extended O's? Do they have extra H's?
Yeah.
How do they vary it up, or is it just all the same grunting? Oh.
Well, there's probably different styles of grunting, too. You're going to get to see some really creative closed captioning right there.
I hope.
Yeah.
Whoever's in charge of that, they need to have a creative person that's in charge of the closed captioning. And how do I get that job?
I think you're perfect for the job.
Thank
what are you
you.
talking about? This is finally something that's in your wheelhouse.
Yes.
How about this, though? This isn't the first time they've done something to help folks that, have some disabilities. They already have a feature for blind people, which is fascinating. I know they have it at movie theaters, too, because when I get my headphones, they go, look, use the one on the left. That'll give you a little boost in sound. The one on the right is the descriptive people for blind people. So blind people can go to the movie theater, put on a pair of headphones.
I thought they were going to have something that you could feel, like a braille type of a thing.
That might be the 4D feature if you're trying to get it for, if you're a blind person. Yeah, Pornhub says, here's a feature for blind people. It's called Descriptive Video. Nice. It's a channel, they did this 2 years ago, where there's a voiceover track describing what's happening in some of their most popular videos. And, of course, we have an example of that. I mean, we got to let you know what sightless people are actually doing on Pornhub.
A white woman in a cheap-looking red power suit sits next to a tall, lanky, white, middle-aged man with brown hair, a white shirt, gray suit, and a red striped tie.
We move to an interview where we see a teen girl from the waist up sitting in a bright white room.
Cut to a side shot inside the cab, and a girl gets in, black hair, lots of makeup, and squeezing a nice, curvy figure into a tight blue dress.
That was MILF Hunters, too. I remember seeing that one, yeah.
Wow.
They're very descriptive.
They are very descriptive.
I don't like that they take editorial shots, though. A cheap-looking dress? You don't know how much that dress cost. It's kind of rude.
It's cheap-looking, though. It could have been a very expensive dress designed to look very cheap.
Or, I mean, it could be part of the storyline. Like, maybe, she's looking for a sugar daddy of some sort.
She's hard for cash.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to say hard, Steve?
Yeah. And for cash, he's
Am I the only one disappointed that it wasn't sexier?
Yeah.
It's like a cheap, white suit or something. It's just more...
Yeah, it seemed very clinical.
Very sterile, yeah.
Yeah, very clinical.
I thought she sounded hot.
Really? The first lady?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean...
Like a naughty Siri.
You go for it, buddy. Whatever gets for you.
Naughty Siri. Yeah,
yes, that's what gets for me.
Unfortunately,
something dirty.
We're not able to really get into the juicy scenes to know if she changes. She may start out that way, and then all of a sudden, when it gets busy, she gets into her busy delivery.
One person says, "This is awesome. I'm checking this out for sure."
Here's another example of the descriptive video channel for blind Pornhub users.
The video begins with a small Latina with dirty blonde hair lying face down on a massage table with nothing but a small towel covering her. She's on her hands and knees, her back pleasantly arched. Her butt points up and out. The video opens with a young white girl. She puts a piece of equipment back on a shelf, then tiptoes around the corner to look over at something.
When he tells her that he can't work his tanning bed, she bends over and her points right up at him.
Oh, there's the descriptors for you.
Yeah. That was good.
What do you think what is she beeping out?
Butt.
But she said like the A word, maybe?
Probably.
Wow. Okay. Man.
What do you think else she has? She has a wiener on the backside?
Yeah. I didn't think ass was that bad of a word to bleep, but I guess it depends on how you use it. I was, the towel covering nothing but her in the first part, I was like, okay, I think she's talking about the front side on that first part. Because she did tell us about the arched bootay.
Well, when it's bleeped, you can just pretend whatever it is you want it to be.
Yeah.
It could be anything you want.
Yeah.
It could be a foot.
Towel covering her Vitamix.
A foot.
Damn, now I want to hear the whole thing. Unedited.
Oh, my.
Well, you can go to the descriptive video channel for blind Pornhub users. In a way, it's funny if we hear her say bad words, but very clinically. Rather than trying to be super sexy, but she just puts out words that, you're not supposed to say, but she just goes, and then all of a sudden she just starts reciting the 7 words you can't say, but in a very clinical fashion. I want to hear that. That would be, to me, that would be kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm not usually going to Pornhub for chuckles.
Be very serious about it, Steve. Sorry. It's like, I didn't mean to interrupt your serious venture into Pornhub.
Well, I don't know if I need clinical descriptions on Pornhub. I think I need her just as if I'm blind. The last thing I want is her to get overly clinical. What I want her to do is tell me what this little Latina girl is doing on the damn massage table.
Oh, I think she'll eventually tell you. It's just we probably would be doing a lot of bleeping at that point.
I mean, you never watch porn that is sexy but can be funny sometimes?
Oh, all the time.
Exactly. Sometimes I need a good laugh, but I need a thing.
We used to do a thing on the Mixcast from where we would just play the lead up to the sex scene.
Oh, yeah.
Because the conversations are truly some of the dumbest conversations you'll ever have.
Oh, they're hysterical, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, I did not know you were going to be home. And now there you are standing in right in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I can show you what to do.
Do you do the porn parody ones? Those are the best.
Yes.
Like the Alice in Wonderland one.
The Batman one from the 60s is still the greatest one.
The Batman porn parody is legit.
Yeah.
I still have that DVD.
Yeah. Of course you do.
It's legit.
I'm glad that when you made the move to your new home, you decided to keep that and you packed it.
It came along with me.
I bet he could find that before he found his shoes. How about that? He knew where that was.
Actually, you're right. I knew exactly where that was.
Congratulations.
Have you ever seen the Simpsons one? They're all painted yellow.
Oh, that's
awkward.
Creepy. It's so awkward. It just looks like they all got jaundice.
They do.
Yeah, the live ads. Yeah. Well, look, I don't know what my life is going to look like as far as what can I hear, can I see. I'm happy to know that they will take care of me. If the other stuff is working and my eyes aren't, it's nice to know Pornhub's got me covered.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. According to a new study, people who own dogs tend to be perceived by others as more attractive.
That's right.
Happier, caring, approachable, and empathetic. I agree with part of that. I think people who own dogs are pathetic. I agree with that.
They didn't say pathetic, man. I'm on to you. Empathetic.
All right. Yeah. I love this. Single men in particular are thought to be more caring and selfless if they have a pet. Of course they do, which I think is completely shallow on the evaluator's part.
Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anecdotally, I've known women who have said to me and my wife, how can you trust a man who doesn't like dogs? And my wife has been asked that many times.
And they're right.
And I'm like, maybe it's because I really like humans over dogs, and I don't know how I can trust a human that likes a dog over a human.
Name one human you like.
I actually do dig humans. I mean, I work with you guys, right? I hang here. I'm really nice to
tolerate humans if we're basing it on that.
Yeah, when I'm not in this room having to deal with you idiots. I really like people.
We are humans. You're calling us idiots.
Yeah, look, you are humans, and you're human idiots.
See, yes. No, I'm not going to want to rub a belly of a human, but I sure as hell loving. Yeah. I'm not even going to say it because you'll flag it.
Yes, we will.
But you know what I mean.
Here's another shallow, and again, I talk about the fact that, look, I understand, as a guy, and I can only come from my perspective, I've been accused, and my gender has been accused of being shallow, but look at this particular stat they got from this thing.
Okay, I'm curious.
That says women, when they see that men, when they see single men with dogs, they read that as a signal that these men will make a good parent as well as a partner. So basically, we're just being evaluated for their needs and their wants. Again, I think it's shallow, and I think it's also stupid.
It shallow? It gives you an idea of what kind of person that is.
And if I evaluate a woman for whatever I want that's for my needs, why am I a bad guy?
Well, you're evaluating them for different reasons. You're evaluating them for, banging, which is fine. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But we're allowed to evaluate if a person seems to be a good human being or not.
See, I think that's shallow because you just want someone who will take care of you and be good when you have your kids, which we put a label on that's literally an altruistic thing. But I think, look, it's pleasurable for a lot of people to have a family and have somebody be there for them and for all their problems. And,
But why is it shallow? Why isn't that just an attribute that somebody wants in their life? It's not like that someone's like, I see a dog and that means that they're rich and I want to be with them for their money. Like, I can understand you saying if someone wants to be with someone for their money, that's shallow. But you're saying that if someone wants to be with someone because they see how they are with their dog and it shows that they're loving and caring and all that good stuff, that makes them shallow. That just means that that's someone that you would mesh well with.
Yeah, see, I look at it like when you're looking for someone that's a good parent and a good partner, it's not about, hey, you're sizing them up for your pleasurable needs. It just
you're sizing them up to see if they'd be good in a relationship with you.
Yeah, I think that.
What are we supposed to be in a relationship with? I'm curious then, what are we supposed to be in a relationship for?
I don't, here's my thing.
Should we be miserable? Is that what the goal is?
My thinking is I don't need anybody. If I can be at the top of my game therapeutically in my brain, somebody can add to my relationship, but I don't need them for anything. And I feel like there are people out there that really want their needs fulfilled with a partner. And it's just that men sometimes have different needs than women, and those needs are judged differently. That's my point. And I think all those needs are shallow. Just not just the I want someone based because they're physical and I'll have a great physical relationship with them. That's considered shallow. But you want me to be a good parent? In other words, will I provide and so you can have kids? I find that to be shallow.
I think he just doesn't like dogs, and this is his way of.
I hate dogs. We know that. I hate dogs. One relationship expert says having a dog really says something about you. It says you can care for a creature.
That's right.
That you can follow a schedule and get home to feed it, and then you can walk it and love it and spend time with it. You see, for the people that don't want to have kids, it's like, what do they do? Because if that's how they're being evaluated, it's like, I don't even want you to think of me as a parent. Can't you? I don't want that to be part of my life.
But not everyone's thinking like that. These are the certain people that are looking for that in their life, and that's what they're using it for. I don't understand why that's so difficult. I mean,
they're saying, at least in this study, that women may read this, and I'm just wondering if that's the majority of the people in the study, and can we take a look at that? And is that the majority of women on the planet?
One texter says, I fail to understand BJ's idiot logic.
Well, I think it's shallow.
Another person says, BJ, it's clear that you don't know what shallow means. Another person, evaluating people to see if they're caring and have a future with them is the exact opposite of shallow, BJ. You're actually looking for a deep connection.
Yeah, see, I think you're confusing deep connection with somebody who will take care of your kids.
As much as I like BJ, he always digs himself into holes every day. That's why I keep listening. Keep digging, BJ.
I don't think it's a hole. I think there's a lot of dudes.
It's a crater at this point.
I think there are dudes that agree with me.
Of course there's going to be people who agree with you. There's people who don't like dogs.
It's not the time. Well, it's not even the dog thing. This is just about, I've sort of used this dog thing as a way to say that women judge men for their own needs, and it has nothing to do whether or not if they really want to.
We all judge each other for our needs.
I agree, and I think that's shallow.
It's not shallow.
Shallow means
totally
superficial.
Shallow. Yeah,
lacking depth.
It is superficial.
Superficial is what's on the surface.
Yeah, and if you want me just to be a parent and I can take care of you and take care of whatever
all
creature
they want,
they
just they want to make sure that you have that and you're capable of that in addition to being someone they want to be in a relationship. I don't understand how that's so hard to understand.
And if I want a chick who's hot and will have sex with me, I think that's also, it's not all I want.
That's fine.
That's totally fine to want that.
Yeah, but not everybody thinks that. They think that that's shallow. That's what I'm saying.
Who's they? Who are these people that you're talking about? Because I'm looking at all the texts. I'm looking at this room, and nobody's saying that you shouldn't want to be with someone that you're attracted to and that you want to have sex with. I think that's important in a relationship. In fact, many people say sex is an important, including, I remember sitting with our pastor before we got married, and he brought that up. Like, sex is an important part of your relationship. There's nothing shallow about that. Nothing about this is shallow.
Well, I'm saying, if you obviously have not heard about the objectification of women. If you look at a woman as an object of sex at all, even though you love her and even though you're willing to do all the other stuff, I was told, maybe it's my generation, that you can't objectify women in any way.
I can understand that. That's totally your generation. Now, I think we've changed and we've moved on from that. And I think people like Vicky, I hate to give credit to your daughter, she's not here, so it's good. I could give her credit. But it's a whole new generation where where people are saying it's fine if I'm in a relationship and you want to have sex with me. I mean, but
I want the person I'm with to find me attractive, to like crave being with me physically.
You know, and I'm happy to hear that, Vicky. I really, really am. I think it's my peer group of women who I still basically, as I'm around them.
Your wife's friends.
It's okay. They're all 90 years old like you. They're going to die off soon. It's fine.
Well, it would be great. But you guys have been to conventions with us where we've heard women my age speak as if they're speaking for all women, and I still have to listen to those people because they're my peer group.
But then you're now saying that they are speaking for all women with the opinion that you have, and I think we all can agree that they aren't speaking for all women.
I hope that's true. I really do.
From based on our texters, based on Vicky, based on the women we've had on our show and talked to, the people that we've met, it's not everyone's this crusty, old, angry woman that you continue to lump all women as.
I'm happy to hear that. I will say that.
You don't look very happy to hear that.
Well, I am.
Very sad.
I am because I think
he's wrong.
Well, because no, it's not that I'm wrong. It's just these women are still in power. And Vicky, you've run into that. I mean, at the convention, you ran into that. That mindset is still out there.
And it's, you know what? It's our job to freaking take it by the horns, and we're going to bring it down and do something awesome.
And I'm just calling attention to the fact that it's just the same. And you guys actually said the same thing I am. So actually, we kind of agree on this, if you can believe that.
No, I don't agree with you on anything that you said.
No. I think we came to an agreement that you're saying that what I'm saying, looking for a person that will give you, satisfy your needs, take care of things, is like looking for someone who you find attractive, want to have sex with, and you guys thought it was the same thing. You don't think it's shallow, either one of them. I can agree on that. As long as we agree it's the same, I can agree on that.
Most importantly is this text, and I agree with this person. I went on a dry spell for a while. I took my brother's English bulldog to the groomers. I got laid 2 hours later, all thanks to that little whore dog.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dude, back in the day when I was single, I would... talking to chicks, I'd be like, hey, if they had a dog, I'd be like, hey, why don't we go meet up at the dog park? And we would hang out at the dog park with our dogs, and it would always lead to fun stuff.
I know.
It's the ultimate aphrodisiac.
I get it.
Not for everyone, of course.
Yeah. I have my own personal opinions about women and how they are about dogs. I do. I don't even want to be with those women.
Well, they don't want to be with you, so it works out well.
Yeah. Well, my wife is a dog person, and I sometimes tell her, I go, you know what, you irritate me. Don't talk to me about this. Well, you kind of
look like your old dog. It was kind of had a few little hairs here and there, had funny looking skin, weird eyes. So maybe that's why she loves you.
That might be the nicest thing Vicky's ever said about you.
That's lovely. Yeah. They do say that the animals, the pets look like their owners. It's very possible.
I wish I looked like Lulu. And hair.
Well, is your hair getting white?
It is getting white on my chest.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't need to know about your chest hair.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah. Because it really isn't the top things that I want to learn today. How about that?
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.